So much of my life has changed since I moved in July 1st, 2020. Um, but I'm so excited for the new adventures that await. Oh my goodness. Today is June 23rd, 2021, and it is my last day in Studio 214. I have my lease for a few more days, but this is the last day before the real chaos of moving begins. So I just want to take the time to thank the space, sit with the space, and really just reflect on everything that's happened this year. It has been the most wild, wild ride. Art Space Studio 214 was my first art studio outside of where I lived since I moved to Raleigh, and it will always hold such a special place in my heart. It got me through so many life milestones, a world pandemic, and really served as that sanctuary that I needed to grow and change this past year. Having a space completely shut out from the world where I could just come and think and be fully myself has been life changing, to say the least. I feel like life changing is almost a cliche word, but there's no better way to describe it than life changing. So it's going to be such a bittersweet moment to leave this space. So much of my life has changed since I moved in July 1st, 2020. But I'm so excited for the new adventures that await. I am only moving across the hall, so not too far. I'll still be able to keep an eye on this little space and all the new artwork that's going to be made here by other artists over the next few years. But I'm super excited to grow and expand in a larger space. I just wanted to sit with this space and recognize all that it's done for me over the years. In true artist fashion, the first day I moved into this studio, I was sitting on the floor waiting for paint swatches to dry, figuring out what shade of white and gray I wanted to paint the walls. And I wrote a letter to the studio, really just trying to think of what this space would be, what it would become, and I think we did pretty good. I think really staying true to what I wanted it to be. So I wanted to share this with you. So this is July 1st, 2020, says, Dear Art Space Studio 214. We have crossed paths before, but now you are mine. A space I only ever dreamed of, and an opportunity to be more. More light, more freedom, more independence, more connection, more fearlessness, more color, more grit, more persistence, more life in the day-to-day life. An opportunity for these things, I hope I use it well. Even when doubt sinks in, the feelings of opportunity and awe will always remain. Authenticity over perfection, raw over artificial, drive over fear, grit over traditional expectations. This space is where a new journey begins. The relentless push for more, intentional growth, true connection, and nowhere to hide. Put it out for the world to see. Push hard to make it true to yourself. Manifest in this world. Lean in. Take control while you lose control. Embrace the vulnerability and feel every single moment. When the pressure builds, slow down even more. The outcome will come with time, but until then, lean into the suspense. Love exists in the in-betweens, and life exists in the in-betweens. In the shadows, in the moment of clarity, powerlessness, transitions, and passionate strength. Use the power of the darkness to create art from the shadows, and always remember, this is where you're meant to be. This is who you are meant to become. This is who you are. 8-year-old Jackie would be so proud. Prove her right and show her the way to fulfillment. And I think we did pretty good in this space. I have hit so many milestones. launched my website, my online shop, started my blog, had my first solo exhibition, which wasn't even on my radar when I first moved in. I had barely even shown artwork at that point. Being in group exhibitions, launching a podcast, and now launching a membership to lead and teach other artists how to do the same thing. There have been so many moments, surreal moments of just that raw authenticity, like I talked about, and really pushing and being relentlessly authentic of what I wanted, who I wanted to be, what I wanted my work to become, and the message I want to share with other people. So I think July 2020 Jackie would be pretty proud of where we are today, and the space has a lot to do with that. So just want to say thank you, Studio 214. Thank you guys for being on this journey with me, and we'll see what Studio 220 holds.